Hey guys, so today I decided to do a video showing you guys how I usually pot up my plants. So what you guys don't see here is for the pot, it's already semi-full. So at the bottom of it, I usually line my pots with long fiber sphagnum moss or orchid moss. They both are about the same, at least for what I use them for. So I usually use them to kind of like hold a little bit of extra moisture at the bottom of the pot, and then sprinkle in some wood chip nuggets, kind of help with the aeration for the pot since the roots are still gonna need air. And what you see me doing here is I'm mixing up pretty much the typical carnivorous plant mix. So I do 50-50 of some perlite and some sphagnum moss, some peat moss, sorry. And then I try to mix it up as much as I can in a little like clear plastic tray I got from Lowe's. So all the materials you see me using in the video, I'm going to post a link in the description for this video. So yeah, I usually try to mix it up as much as I can, just because as most people know, peat is like really, really hydrophobic. So before you start mixing into the pot, you got to really soak it and make sure it like absorbs as much water as possible. So this is where you guys see me start sprinkling the wood chip nuggets. So like I said, kind of make a layer to help with the aeration. And I kind of take handfuls at a time of the peat and perlite mix. And before I put it in the pot, I try to squeeze a little bit of water out of it, so it's not just it's not sopping wet, and it'll actually help me make a base. So yeah, throughout this video, you'll see me kind of hold up the pot a little bit, kind of show you what it looks like in between each layer. So I usually and I'll mix it in. I'll soak the peat and perlite in distilled water. I normally distill my own with the distiller I bought, and kind of fill up 5-gallon jugs, but I didn't have the time to do it this time when I did my potting this day. So I just ended up buying a couple gallons from my local grocery store. There's I'll add a link to this as well. But there's a distiller you can buy that I got off of Amazon, where if you don't want to have to keep buying gallons of water over and over, you can just buy a distiller, and pretty much it'll help you pretty much save money in the long run. But yeah, you see here, like I said, every couple layers, I'll add on some wood chips on top. Like I said, it helps with the aeration. It's something new I've been trying. Just for the most part, it's been working. I've used it primarily for my sarracenia. I've used it for a few of my sundews and a few of my fly traps, not many. But for the most part, so far, they seem to like it. But also, I do want to say, I have not forgotten. For those guys who follow me on my Instagram, I have not forgotten. I'm past my 500 follower mark, and I know I said I was going to give away a plant. I have not forgotten about it. It's just I've had a lot of things going on. For those who follow me, I recently got my plant nursery and plant dealer license, so that was pretty big for me, and I celebrated that for a little bit. But I do have a plant in mind that I'm going to give away. It's just that I recently repotted it, and I've been having an issue with squirrels, for those that know. So I'm just making sure the plant survives its recent issues before I offer to give it away. If it doesn't bounce back soon, I'm probably going to find a different plant to give away. But again, I want to say thank you to everyone who's followed me, all the likes of my videos, all the likes of my shorts and everything on Instagram, TikTok, etc. Thank you guys for the support. It really means a lot, and it's helping keep me motivated to try to show everyone my plant journey and continue on. So again, the giveaway is my way of really showing you guys how much I appreciate all the feedback, all the support, and everything. So again, I'll definitely have the giveaway up before the end of this month. I'm gonna post it on my TikTok and my Instagram. It's probably gonna be one of my sarracenia or a fly trap. It's gonna most likely be one of those two. I may do, it may be in the Nepenthes, but no, I'm not going to make that promise. It'll most likely be either a sarracenia or a fly trap. But like I said, just keep an eye out. I'm definitely, like I said, I'll make the announcement soon. I'll have the giveaway up hopefully before the end of the month. Ideal at the latest before at the start of August. But anyway, back to the repotting. As you guys, I'm sure you guys can see, it takes a lot of materials, like a lot of peat moss, a lot of perlite in order to do my repotting. Because I have most of my pitcher plants in these really big 1 gallon pots. And like I said, I'm going to post links to everything because I want to make sure for anyone who wants to try my method that they have the opportunity to. Like I don't want to seem like I'm gatekeeping. I want to like give everyone the resources that I have and help people find what they need to get the most out of this hobby. So if anyone ever has any questions about where I get my pots, my supplies, like my trays, my potting materials, anything, I'm always open. Like I'm free to share like all of my information. I never want people to feel like they're left out or feel like it's like hard to find the resources they need to take care of their plants. So right here, what I'm doing is doing just another top layer of wood chips, again to kind of help with the air around the where the rhizome is gonna be. So I usually do like a couple handfuls, and I use one of my bigger pots. So that the one on top is, I believe it's a 4-inch pot. So I kind of use that to like create space for the hole where once I'm done like putting in all of the peat and perlite mixture, I pretty much have an area where I can start to put in the pitcher plant. So in this one, I don't believe I showed until the end, but I'm potting up Sarracenia purpurea. It's Boomin's mutant, I believe. I got it from Tyler Gramley. I got it from his shop on eBay. And I've gotten some really nice plants from him. I think probably more than half of my Sarracenia have come from him. And they're all amazing quality. Like they've gotten so big. Like I need to do just a video of me showing off like all the plants I've gotten from him and like how nice they look. Yeah, in the description for the video, I'll post a link. It's his handle's Tyler's Carnivores on eBay. Definitely check him out if you guys get a chance. And speaking of, at the time of this video going up, probably a little before or after, I'll be adding some new stuff. I know I just added a Chipola Giant, and I'm probably gonna add a couple Sundews up. But also in the meantime, just want to say again, thank you to everyone for the support, for the follows, likes, everything. And thank you guys for sticking around for this video. I know I decided to fast forward it because as you can see, it takes a lot of mixing and a lot of scooping. Like these 1 gallon pots take up so much peat, take so much perlite. And it also didn't help the day I did this, it was really windy. So I kept having to stop whenever like my stuff kept getting blown over. But yeah, we're close to the end. So this is me pretty much just topping it all before I add in my pitcher plant. So I think that, I'm pretty sure this one was a Boomin Floral, not a Boomin Mutant. But for anyone who wants to do their pot up their plants like I do, like I said, I use a couple different things. I use Sphagnum moss, I use wood chip nuggets, I use peat moss, and I use perlite, all of which you can get from, well, all of which at least I got from my local Lowe's. You can probably go to yours too and get everything all in one trip. Only thing you probably have to make satchels for is like I said, either distill your own water or buying jugs from your local Walmart, Target, Lowe's, etc., wherever you want your local grocery store. The only thing I remember I didn't use in this that I wanted to for the video is there's a little pink bottle off in the corner. That's Osmocote pellets. I've recently, whenever I remember to, been adding those to my pots just because to some degree they're a bit of a light fertilizer. As long as it's not anything too heavy, the pitcher plants can take it and it helps them grow a little bit fuller, a little healthier, a little bigger. Usually if you're a beginner, a lot of people recommend like you don't fertilize your plants just because knowing like what's the right ratios or like knowing what to look out for when it comes to fertilizer is very something you really have to pay attention to, just because carnivorous plants' roots are very sensitive to fertilizer. So they can be fertilized a little bit, but you have to be very careful. Most people will fertilize through the pitchers, so usually people will either spray fertilizer or drop like the pellets in there. So usually if you want to fertilize, please just be careful about how you do it, just because it's very easy to overdo it. You rather under fertilize than over fertilize. And then you guys can see here, so I just finished the last little hole where I'm gonna start to fill in with the pitcher plant. I will say it was wrapped super well, so it took me a while. It took me a little while to get it unwrapped. When I do, you see I show it off here to the camera. It's already got some really nice color, like that really nice dark red. And that one picture still a little yellowish or a little white, just because it started to develop while it was still wrapped up, so it doesn't really have like the pigment. It hasn't really started to get dark from light yet. But I'm really excited. Like I said, I've only had it for maybe like at the time of recording this, maybe a week or two. So I'm very excited to see it like really start to settle in, and like I want to see like how big it gets, or like if it gets any like striping or anything crazy. I've never had a booming floral before. But anyway, we're approaching the end of me getting this repot done. So just want to say, I know I keep saying it, but again, thank you guys for the support. Like, subscribe, follow me on my social medias, Instagram, TikTok, etc. And if you guys give me enough likes in this video, I know I've had some people asking to see like what my collection looks like right now. I will say some of my plants don't look too hot because I've been going through the issue with the squirrels and like the crazy weather. But if this video gets enough likes, I'll do a quick little tour of what my collection looks like. But thank you guys, and I'll catch you next time.